Okay, so I just put the Christmas tree up right in the background. It's about that time. I'm going to show you guys my best fighting tips to know right before the new chapter 4 starts. Now, if you're watching this after chapter 3, it literally does not matter. These things in particular are kind of like my up-to-date fighting guide. I haven't used clips in a while in a video to give you guys a straight tutorial, so to speak. So I'm bringing you guys along throughout some of the best clips I have. We're going to be reacting to some, kind of just me pointing out some of the good things, the bad things. But overall, I'm going to try and show you some of the progression things that I've been doing to help my fighting get better this season. No matter what the meta is, these tips, I promise you it's not going to matter what you use. Do me one solid favor, drop a like on the vid. Also, come down below to my Twitch streams. I'm live all the time, and use code KenBeans in the shop if you end up learning something. Let's hop right in. Got a guy pressure on my wall, and I got this lever, and this is the beginning of the season where I didn't exactly know if the lever was still good or not. But you could see one little thing I do in my fights now is like I'll just place walls above and directly in front of people's faces. This is what kind of allowed me to get the high ground. This guy ends up boxing up because of it. Here's a good move though. You'll see me every time I throw a stair out in front of me, I end up placing this wall so I can mongrel classic it real quick, and that guy will have no defense to this. Then I follow up with some good piece control. Now here's kind of a low-key little pump shot. I thought I had to add this. This was one of the cleanest creative clips, kind of like edit peaks I've ever had. Max pump as well. Now it gets a little crazier. I know these are back-to-back max pumps, but check out this next one. You can see what ends up happening is this guy kind of gets in my box. I do some edits, whatever. This is the point I want to mention. When I drop down here, notice how there's a cone above me. I shoot it out to place a stair and completely full box this guy from the bottom and get a nice peek shot. This is low-key one of the craziest moves I've ever done. It kind of just happened spontaneously out of nowhere. Now moving on to this next one, I'm kind of keeping it simple, keeping it basic, and that's what like fighting really comes down to. When I know I'm about to 50-50 a guy, and look at this guy, he's holding his pump out. All I have to do is just quickly reset, boom, boom, dead. Now you got to remember, if you want to get better at your fighting, just run around an arena just like this and just look for any sort of fight and go with what your instinct tells you to do. That's how you get better. So now this is a really good one. You'll see like this is a move that probably only advanced players are doing. I went up to this wall, and when I realized that it wasn't my edit, I instantly looked down below and phase a stair in. After I didn't get the wall on the second try, you'll see me get the wall here through the guy's box. Now if I'm the first one to swing first, I will get this wall before he can break it, and I run in the box. That's a super heads up IQ play. Jibin does that to me all the time. It's so damn annoying. So here's a move I actually learned from a pro. His name was Iamzo, just by watching him. And then also when I 1v1 Cease, who's another pro, he used to do this move to me. So I'm gonna kind of let this play out just a little bit, and you'll see like this is just kind of a normal box fight slash build fight. Both of us are trying to get nice little peek shots. I end up getting a massive crack nevertheless. Now what's gonna happen next, just pay attention to. I'm trying to box him from below. I'm going all around his box, phasing stuff in. And then when I realized that I could go from the bottom of this box, you'll see I take the floor, I smacked it once, and then place the cone, so it kind of throws him off into hold the cone, hold the floor. Then I take both and I double edit, and this guy is just looking completely silly in this box. He's standing still. Now that was a clean play, but it's really good that I'm attacking the box from below and not necessarily doing it from like the straight on level. It kind of takes people off guard more. Hopping right into the next one now. I know you guys know about the KenBeans classic if you're an OG. I talked about this move, made a whole video on it. It still works, and I can guarantee you it's probably gonna work with the new chapter as well. I'm sitting in this box, as you could see, and this guy is running around. He's trying to take my top, and I have a stair in there. So instead of wasting builds, I slice the stair in half, and I just wait for him to swing his pickaxe. I jump up, and I get a right hand peek. Now here we go, back in creative. I know it could be a little boring or whatnot, but just notice what I'm doing here. I kind of, whenever I'm about to get double edited on and I sense it, I just let the guy make the edit like this, and I do the Martas peek that everyone knows about in today's meta at least. See how I let the guy think he's about to get a double edit on me, but I actually place the floor and I get the peek, and boom, boom. Now this play, this guy was in my stream and he decided to drop at the same spot as me. So you're gonna notice how I'm kind of playing backing up as I'm fighting. And like, if you want to get good at fighting, it's definitely worth to learn how to play like going backwards, because then when people go all crazy with these edits, you have one wall, you make an edit, you get a shot like I did. Now as this box fight's going along, you're gonna see I'm trying to create space. I don't have a crap ton of mats, but I'm creating a decent amount of space and playing in between my boxes. So one thing I did here was when I saw that he had the floor, I instantly placed the wall and then placed the cone through that wall. I do it very slowly but smoothly. Notice how the entire time I was going for the peek shot, I had an absolute clean peek, and I was very quick with the reset as well. This was a sexy kill, I'm not gonna lie. Now I know mantling's been out for a while, but one of the ways I've been doing it in my fights, just like you see here, I place the cone above this guy and then mantle, so that way I'm getting close to him, closing the gap, but I'm also not getting shot in the process. So this is like another build fight. I'm like faking going up, I'm trying to find ways to try and get this guy to like expose himself a little bit. He's cranking up. I don't feel like wasting all these mats, so I go for like a chop play, but then I realize I can mantle up and get right in his face. Notice how I do the side jump. You'll see I shoot him, and then I instantly claim the double edit above him. If you're a beginner and you think this is complicated, literally you can do this endless times in creative and practice it doing it by yourself. Tons of Raider maps to help you. So here we go on stream again. You'll notice I'm trying to get double edits from the bottom of this guy, trying to get used to attacking people from one box below. Nevertheless, like as this stuff's happening, he ends up getting this wall on me. So what do? I try and phase a stare in, and I end up just like blocking him out completely. So I know just by experience that this guy's probably gonna run out the right. I get a clean double edit, and this was just perfect piece control, perfect reset. Now you may think I'm really smooth, really quick with it, but you just have to know that I've done this a million times in creative, not even against other players, just practicing it for no reason. Now if you think this is complicated, just know you just gotta rep this out when you get on the game and creative for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. It's the most useful move in the game. Just like I told you, I'm playing Arena, I'm just getting on people's boxes and just trying to practice my box fighting. You'll notice though that once I get the wall weak, I act like I'm jumping in, and then I just sit there because I'm trying to see if this guy's gonna hold his map out or he's gonna take out a shotgun. Now I end up getting third party, but I'm gonna explain to you what I do next. So I'm just sitting here, I'm popping my heels. I decide to get back on this guy's wall, and I just know that after you take a wall and you don't get it, just hold your shotgun out. You could see like he's making moves inside that box. He's going forward, he's stuttering. I know that this guy's nervous just based off his movement. Then once I get the crack, then I just try and force myself in, and he held his map out the whole time, so he's just dead no matter what. Every time you don't grab the wall, just hold your shotgun, get ready to pre-fire, and reset the wall. So this was like literally, I had to add this, the craziest beam I've ever had with the hammer before. I did not miss a headshot. It was insane. Nevertheless, no one cares, I know, but I had to show it for myself. I cracked this next guy, and just absolute beautiful piece. Practicing all different sorts of edits, full boxing this guy. I am that sweat in Arena. I know, it's sad. Here's a really good example of patience. So I just wrapped up a kill, and this guy was heavy pressuring me. So what do? I try and go back up for height with the little mats I have, but I'm playing cautious. The second that I realize he got double edits on me, I back up to make sure I have a peek so that I can kind of get an angle on him. Because I made a window edit, just trying to go for minimal damage, he ends up breaking it, and I get a headshot max pump, and he's dead. Now I don't know what type of meta is going to be in the next season, but if there's any sort of snipers in it, like it's the most useful thing to use, just like you see me using here. I'm breaking the floor with it to try and spray this guy and just get some pressure on him. It makes people super nervous when you shoot snipe shots at their box for some reason. Anyway, this is the final guy, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to get piece control. So one thing I do is I just place a cone right above the box so he can't ramp above me. So it makes it so I can just pressure him even harder. After that, I go for the wall take. I place the cone, but instead of running into the box and 50-50ing, I just sit there, hold the peak, and now I'm just waiting for this guy to run out, do some sort of stupid edit, and that was exactly what he does. I get the win, and it's GG. Main things to note, cone above the box, and when I took the wall, I didn't 50-50, I played behind a peak. So you could see, even off spawn, I'm running into things. I extend builds with my cone and then a wall. You're gonna see me do it again, cone, wall, and then that's how I get like a really clean shot. But notice right here, I'm slowing it down. Notice how I place the wall directly in front of me, and I'm running all the way, like touching the complete outskirts of all these builds so that I can get a clean angle. If I were to rewind it and stop and run directly at this door, that guy would have a very clean right hand peek on me. By extending the angle, it allows me to get a better shot and make it harder for him. This fight in particular, it could be a little long, but it's literally the most simplistic way of trying to attack someone's box and trying to take a wall. You'll notice how I'm constantly switching up between one wall, the next one, and I'm running back and forth. Slowly but surely, I'm making him hold different walls so that he doesn't know which one I'm gonna take. I'm trying to force myself in, I'm choking, but you're gonna notice, like, watch towards the end here. Once I take this brick wall, I don't get it, I go back to the other one. Now, if I don't get this one, which I didn't, I run to the other one that I already made one shot, and now this was just the easiest kill in the game. Now, as this clip plays out, the one thing that I kind of really liked about it was being able to place two builds in people's box, like not just settling for the wall. You'll notice here I slide the cone in and the wall, and that allows for just easy kills and just super fast cleanup. Next one right here is a common situation. What happens is this guy's ramping up to me, but there's a cone here, so I shoot him, place a wall, and then I double edit from the top. But you'll notice once I smack him with this pump and I kill him, I am still sliding down to try and claim the wall that he's not looking at. That's just in case I don't finish up the kill right away, so I can go in with a really sneak pump. Now, this is what I talked about earlier. You'll see in my box fights, what I do is I kind of just sit there and I hold my pump out. But you'll see this is the best way to set up a peek. I reset this wall. I place cones in my box. Now I'm hiding behind this right-hand peak like this. That is the best way to box fight people. Just know that the whole reason I made this edit here was because I was playing behind the peak and I knew that this guy was playing aggressive. Holding your pump out more often than not in fights is literally just going to win you the game. You could play the most stupidest box fight in the world. If you hold your pump out, chances are you're probably going to get some damage. Now here's a smart play that if someone kind of looks a little drone, it's the quickest way to kill them. I set up cones and everything, and you'll see that I'm trying to fake take out my pickaxe just so he makes an edit, because it looks like he's about to. When I realized he was taking too long, I knew that he was holding the wall edit. So I jump up top, make him kind of confused, and I just start taking the top, and then that's literally just free kill. Some people in Arena, they act so drone that if they're holding the wall this hard, you could just go to a different wall, and chances are you're probably going to grab it because they're going to be stuck on the old edit. Now here's a common thing among more advanced players, but I'll break it down really simple. Now I'm trying to box fight this guy from below, and I see that he has his back 2 walls open, so he can easily go for a jump shot. So I try and piece control and all this jazz. Then as you're going to see me rolling up, and then when I do this double edit, I just sit there with my shotgun out because I knew that that guy was going to make an edit. He seemed antsy. Now I was able to wrap up this kill really fast because if someone doesn't rebox after they get shot, chances are they're probably dead. Here's one of the quickest ways to counter someone when you have absolutely no mats. So this guy was hard pressuring me. He doesn't know I don't have no mats. But you could see once I shoot and I reset this cone or I flip it, I was waiting for him to try and shoot it out because he was going to try and piece control it. So that's when I reset the cone and I just run right at his face and 50-50 hard. Now this is a beautiful one. We get to see Jive and die from an explosion. Now that happens pretty often actually. But this box fighting guy right here, you can see how simple it is for me. I'm just sitting there in this box and I know this guy's panicking. The game's on the line. All you have to do is just hold your damn pump out in these fights and just shoot free fire someone. Rolling up into the new chapter, it's literally gonna be about that easy, I bet. Here's some of my beginning clips from this season. You could tell my crosshair placement's kind of all over the place. And going into chapter 4, I'm gonna be really looking to hone in on my crosshair placement, playing smooth and relaxed, as you guys probably should as well. Drop a like, tell me if you learned something, and let me know if you want more tip videos, because honestly, I'm not too sure what to post right now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces, peace.